Occasionally, we receive data like this that is in outline format. We have Emma, January, February, March, Greg, January, February, March, and so forth. Well, that's very nice, and sometimes we'd like it that way. Remember when we did pivot tables with the recording collection the author had, we actually created outline mode to show it in that format. But if we're going to create a pivot table or to sort this data maybe by month or something, we need to have Emma in both of those next slots and so forth. Otherwise, it'll be February and blank, and we won't have any idea who it belongs to. So let's do that. Now, what could we do? Well, there's a Control D. If I'm right under it, it will copy the cell above. Oh, that's very convenient and nice. And we only have a few here. We could easily do that. But what if you had lots and lots of rows of data that you needed to do that? Well, remember earlier, filling in the blank cells, we said we could do that with either a value or a function. So let's do that. We'll highlight all these and go over to Home, Find and Select under Editing, go to Special, and let's pick out all the blanks. Oh, very nice. Now that we have all the blanks, I can write a formula to pick the one above. I do it for this very first one, so I say equals, and Emma, the relative cell just above it, and hit, again, not Control-Shift-Enter, and not Enter, but Control-Enter. And now it's put each one of those names below. But if we sorted this now by month, all those names would change. And so we have one more step that's very important. We'll highlight all of these, do a Control-C copy, and then I'm going to come up here, right-click on A11, and do a Paste Special. I want to paste just the values. Now, if I look at John, or Lydia, or any of these others, Greg, they have that value, and I can use it in whatever way I need to. One more tab we have here is a list, a checklist of things that may be useful to consider if your data is really ready. Does each column have a unique descriptive header? Is the data formatted consistently, and so forth? Did you correct any trailing minus signs? Are the columns wide enough? All these things may be important before you then share it with others or start to do your work. Enjoy and work on cleaning up data, importing it, and using it. Think of where you've used it in your work in the past. Usually I ask students to share examples, and there's always lots and lots of examples. If you haven't had that opportunity yet, you will in the future.